How's it going, guys? This week on Cine Scan, we have Ink, which was actually requested by one of our viewers on the House of a Thousand Corpses video. Now, Ink is directed and written by Jamin Winans and stars Jessica Duffy, Quinn Hutchar, and Christopher Soren Kelly. This movie can be described by IMDb as a mysterious creature known as Ink steals a child's soul and hopes to use it as a bargaining tool to join the Incubi, a group of supernatural beings responsible for creating nightmares. Alright, now I just finished watching this movie and all I have to say is wow. I was really drawn into the concept of it when it first started. Basically, it is after people die, their souls are chosen to give people dreams, positive dreams, but there are also a negative group called the Incubi who provide nightmares to these people. And this one creature called Ink is basically in between. He had a rough time when he first came to this plane that they all exist on, and he is, like I said, using this child as a bargaining tip to try to join the Incubi. Now, along with the overall concept of the movie, this movie goes with the art style that I continually tell you the guys that I like, which is the choppiness of the movie, where it goes from the past to present, and it kind of gives you a mixed view on what is happening, and you have to piece it all together, and it's meant to confuse you a minute amount, but it's also just trying to get two different stories out at one time. Now, when this movie ends and it gives you its full plot and it explains everything, let me tell you, it wraps up extremely well. I did not expect it one bit, the mind explosion that it's going to give you if you watch this movie, like it gave me, but when the two planes collide, the ones with the souls, and they're trying to protect or hurt the humans, whichever group you're looking at, when the two worlds actually collide and you figure out how they interact with each other and how the story unfolds, it's amazing. I mean, when they actually tell you and release that one little bit of information, everything just kind of clicks, and it's just a wow feeling, like I said. Now, this story, this art style, and especially this concept, just the meaning of what could actually happen, on a different person's thought pattern, that actually when you die and there's these souls and all this other stuff, this is original ideas, things that aren't, or to my knowledge, that I have not seen been replayed a bunch of times throughout Hollywood. And it seems like a lot of people are complaining that Hollywood right now is kind of hashing old, like black and white movies, or they're making a third Ghostbusters and stuff like that. People aren't liking that stuff, whereas these smaller films that might not get as much viewers are coming up with original ideas and they don't get that much popularity, which is why I'm trying to do this for you guys, or anyone that can view these videos, is just trying to get word out there that there are smaller groups of people making these movies. They're not generally big budget, and they might not be as high of quality as, say, big budget movies can get with the visual effects and all the makeup and all that stuff. They're still good, but they don't have, I guess, that crispness that some people like. But it's not the visuals that matter for the most part, it's the actual story. And I'm hoping that more people will start to look at these smaller films and film festivals and stuff like that. Not just people who are into cinema, but people who are just like to watch movies on a Friday night with their families. Maybe they can get these movies or know about these movies easier by me sharing this information with you. Now, the only problem I had with this movie was maybe the glow effect on the video that they had during the normal world scenes, not with the entities, but it seemed like it kind of made it confusing to an extent, because they had a glow where the entities were, and that made sense because they're more spiritual beings and stuff like that. But I felt like if they didn't have the glow effect on the normal world scenes, it would make it more reasonable and it would make things a lot more clear, but it did not cripple the movie whatsoever. Another thing was that the fighting, obviously, some of the choreograph wasn't as top-notch, I guess you could say, but for a lower budget movie, what can you, ask for? It was still good. It wasn't cheesy. It just seemed like a few things could have been more action, I guess, but maybe that's not what they were looking for. Two of my most favorite parts of this movie is actually, one was in the very beginning, where the entities first enter the houses of these people, and you're dealing with the girl and you're dealing with Ink. Ink is trying to steal this girl's soul, like it said in the description, and there's these entities trying to protect this girl because they offer good things. And Ink isn't generally bad, but he isn't generally good either. He's kind of a neutral, but he's veering towards bad. Anyways, when the entities actually come in, they break through windows and they're getting thrown around, and they, try to use things to fight Ink. And actually, one of the girls gets thrown, onto a wooden table, and it collapses and breaks. But as soon as she moves, it puts itself back together. Or when she jumps through a window, the window busts open, and then it puts itself back together, because it's trying to give you that they are in the world, but they are not affecting the world at all while they're there. And the second thing would be that Jacob, the Pathfinder, who comes in and is new to the group of entities, he offers a comedic relief to the whole story, because there is some drama and emotions that go on. And I actually think he is pretty funny, and he plays a key role in the movie. So if you couldn't tell by my review, I'm definitely going to tell you guys to buy this one. I'm going to personally go get it on Blu-ray if I can find it. As always, guys, you can leave comments. Like, this movie was commented on my video for House of a Thousand Corpses. If you have not seen that review, go check that one out. But anyways, you can comment down below. You can leave movies suggestions. You can leave show suggestions. If you follow me on Tumblr, you can do notes, Twitter, retweet this video if I post it, and just send me things. It's at J2Life. Tumblr is j2life.tumblr.com. And actually, if you haven't noticed, the green screen has been blank and just green. So if anyone out there has anything they want to put on this green screen, I'm not the best with graphic design on the computer yet, so I don't feel like I have anything that I want to put up there. But if any of the viewers want to put something up there, obviously appropriate, and all I ask is that it says Cine Scan on it, and I'll put it up there, and maybe we can change it out from week to week, and you guys can put any of your art that you want behind me. That about wraps it up for this week, guys. I hope to see you next week.